Hi, today is Tuesday, October 4th, and I wanted to hop on really quickly and share my Scentsy empties for the month of September. So I'm so happy that October is here. It's definitely one of my very favorite months of the whole year. Like I said, I do have my empties for the month of September. I was gone for a little while during the month, so I don't have a ton of empties, but I did want to share what I was enjoying. So I'll try to start with some of the non-wax items first. I did finish up an old counter clean in Sunkissed Citrus. I think that this was one of the counter cleans I purchased when we first moved into this house, which was like 5 years ago. So it took me a really long time to get through this bottle, but it's a really nice scent. I personally don't love counter clean on the counters that we have in this house. It does leave a little bit of streaky residue, but I find that if I use it with kind of a damp cloth, that helps a little bit. So I did finally get through that bottle, and it's a really nice scent. I also went through a scent pack in Iridescent Pearl. So like I said, I was out of town during the month of September for about a week. I went to Tennessee to visit my Nana. It was her 90th birthday party, and I was so glad that we were able to be there to celebrate with her. So in my luggage, I put this Iridescent Pearl scent pack, and it's a really, really nice scent. I love the scent. The wax just doesn't perform very well for me, but absolutely love it in the scent pack. Let's see, I did finish a hand soap in Kukui and Coconut from the summer collection, and this was really nice. I used this in our master bathroom. It lasted me all summer, and I would definitely repurchase that. We also finished a body wash in Vanilla Waves, so this was part of a whiff box recently. I probably wouldn't have purchased this on my own, but I'm glad that I got a chance to try it. The scent notes are really hard to read on here, but I believe it says sea salt, whipped vanilla, and sticky caramel. So I didn't mind this scent. My husband did not like it in the body wash. He said that it smelled like chocolate to him, and he said that body wash should not smell like chocolate. So this probably wouldn't be a repurchase for us, but it was a really pleasant scent. I did finish some pods. So I switched out some pods in my front room upstairs. I had Amazon rain pods going in there for quite a while. I have been really bad about changing out my pods. The little wall fan diffuser hasn't been on this whole time, but I probably put these in the diffuser back in March. And so I've been really bad about using my little wall fan diffuser, but I also got the Autumn Road Trip pods in a whiff box and decided to go ahead and use these in my front room. Autumn Road Trip isn't my favorite fall scent. It is a very kind of crisp, fruity, fresh fall scent. There's not a lot of like heavy spiciness or sweetness to this scent at all. There's also something kind of sharp and almost a little bit sour or tangy to my nose. So it's not my favorite, but I know a lot of people really like it. This is a really, really good performer in the pods. I actually just had 2 of these pods going in the little wall fan diffuser in my front room, and it was scenting like my entire upstairs area. I could smell it in my kitchen. I could smell it when I came up the stairs. It was actually overpowering the wax that I had put in my warmers. So these were really, really good performers. They're still going right now. And then in my bedroom in the air purifier, I switched out these pods in Kukui and Coconut, and I traded them for whipped vanilla lavender. So I was just trying to go through my little collection of pods and use some that have been in my collection for a while. This was part of the Mother's Day collection, and lavender scents aren't always my favorite. Whipped vanilla lavender is a very kind of sharp herbal lavender. To me, there's not a lot of sweetness to this scent. It's okay. This was noticeable for like the first day or two when I put it in the air purifier, but after that I have really had a hard time smelling this, so I'll probably change these pods out soon. And then one more non-wax item. I do have a scent circle in frosted vanilla in my car right now. I was looking for a nice kind of fresh, clean scent to put in my car in this kind of funny transition around the end of summer, beginning of fall. And I have to say, I've actually really been enjoying frosted vanilla. Every time I get into my car, I kind of get this whiff of something that smells like Bonfire Beach. I mentioned that in my last video. And so I think that frosted vanilla and Bonfire Beach must share some similar scent notes, but it's actually really pleasant. I just kind of had to wrap my mind around frosted vanilla because in my mind, I have this preconceived idea that this should be like a sweet vanilla minty scent, and it's not. It's more of like a sweet vanilla woodsy type scent. So once I got it in my head that this is not a minty scent, I've actually been appreciating it a little bit more, and I am excited to try warming that in the wax. All right, so I just have a few clamshells here. Like I said, I didn't get through a whole lot in the month of September, and a lot of these are actually kind of repeats, but let's see what I went through. All right, so I did finally finish this bar of White Sands. This was from a Bring Back My Bar from a few rounds ago, and this is a really, really nice scent. This is a very kind of sweet, perfumey, musky scent. I think this does have coconut milk in it and maybe a little bit of jasmine. I think this is the one that has like a rice note to it. So it is a really, really kind of soft, pleasant, sweet, musky scent. It reminds me a lot of cashmere type scents. So something like Cozy Cardigan or Blonde Wood and Moonflower. Those are all kind of in this same fragrance family to my nose. So this was a really nice one in my bedroom and in my office. I also thought this was a really nice one to use during the transition from summer to fall because I think it could kind of go both ways. This is kind of a seasonless scent, and it was really nice. This is one that I would repurchase. All right, in our family room downstairs, I finished a bar of Vanilla Blackberry. So this was a previous scent of the month, and this is one that I wish I had stocked up a little bit more on because this is a really, really nice scent. So I know it was kind of hit or miss for people because there is this kind of herbal note to the blackberry, but it is kind of a sophisticated, sweet, deep blackberry scent, and it was just really, really pleasant. This is one that my husband always compliments, so this would definitely be a repurchase for me. It's also a really good performer. I went through a bar of Quiet Grove, and I know there are a few more of these in this basket. This is one of my favorite kind of fresh, clean scents for the fall. Oh, this is a beautiful bergamot scent. So it is very light, and I really, really like it in my bathrooms and in my laundry room. This is in my Scentsy Club and will probably stay there for a long time. Let's see, here is another bar of Quiet Grove in the Bring Back My Bar packaging. There might be one more in here, we'll see. So toward the end of September, it was just super, super hot here, and I wasn't quite in the mood to warm fall scents. So I did reach for Southern Sweet Tea. This is a really nice kind of peach tea scent. It is very kind of artificially sweet. So you do get this kind of candy-like peach note from this, but it's really nice. It is a little bit on the lighter side, but still pleasant. This is one I probably would repurchase. I went through a bar of Scarlet Sunflower. So I've mentioned before that this is probably my all-time favorite transition from summer to fall scent. This is such a unique scent, and it's so pretty and sophisticated. So you do get mostly a very kind of crisp, perfumey apple with a really kind of tart, perfumey cranberry note. And I think that there is just a little hint of floral in the background, but mostly this is kind of a clean apple cranberry perfumey scent, and I absolutely love it. Definitely will go in my Scentsy Club at the end of the season. I finished a Bring Back My Bar from the most recent round, Blackberry Orange Marmalade, and this was actually kind of a surprise hit for me. When I first smelled it, I liked it. This is one of those scents, and there must be something to Scentsy's blackberry note that can sometimes come off to my nose as smelling a little bit like mothballs, and I don't know what it is, but blackberry spice from this fall winter catalog does that to me a little bit too on cold. So I got that kind of weird mothball vibe from this on cold, but when this was warming throughout my open concept, it was so, so nice. The blackberry and orange just melded together so beautifully, and I kind of wish I had more of this because I think this is the only bar that I have, but it was really good and definitely a repurchase for me. I went through a bar of Johnny Appleseed, so this is one of my all-time favorite scents. This is just a perfect, clean, fresh, sweet apple peel scent. It almost smells like authentic apple peels. There is a little hint of pear in this that I think makes it a little bit sweeter, but it is so good. I love this one in my kitchen and in my open concept. This is another one that I was really reaching for during the transition from summer to fall when I wasn't quite ready for like apple cider or really like cinnamon heavy apple scents. This is just such a nice scent, but still kind of lends itself to the fall vibes. So I really, really love Johnny Appleseed. As it started to feel a little bit more like fall here, I reached for one of my all-time favorites, Apple Press. I have a very large stash of these old Apple Press bars, but I want to try to get through them because Apple Press will be coming back in the January Bring Back My Bar here in Region 1. So I want to try to get through some of my stash. I love this scent. So this also has a clean, fresh, sweet apple peel type scent. But there's something about this that definitely smells a little bit more fall forward to me than Johnny Appleseed. And I don't think it mentions spice in the scent notes, but I do pick up just a little bit of fall spice. It's not necessarily super heavy on cinnamon, but this smells more like a fall apple potpourri type scent to me. I know the scent notes mention rose. I don't pick out a rose note, just a really nice apple potpourri scent. I love it, love it, love it for the fall. On the first day of fall, I reached for one of my all-time favorite scents, Honey Pear Cider. I love this scent. It just hit the spot for me on the first day of fall. This is a very sweet, kind of fresh pear scent, but I really like the pear note in this because a lot of pear can kind of come across as almost like a deep or syrupy type note, but this is light and refreshing, and there is a sweetness to this from the honey, but it's not an overbearing honey scent. It is just so, so nice. You do get that kind of cider vibe with the sweetness from the pear and honey, and this was perfect on the first day of fall. I put it through my open concept area, and the only thing about this one is I wish that it was just a little bit stronger. I could definitely smell it on the first day. My husband complimented this one. He said it smelled really good. This just doesn't last a terribly long time, and it's not super, super strong either, but it is just one of my all-time favorites. I absolutely love it. And then in kind of keeping with those cider vibes, I decided to pull out a scent that's been in my collection for a while. This is Apple Cherry Cider. So this was part of a harvest collection definitely a few years ago now. I can't even remember what year this came out, but this also came out with cinnamon roasted pear, and I can't remember what the other scent in that harvest trio was, but this is actually a really, really nice scent. This does have a very noticeable kind of cinnamon bite to it, but then there is this really nice kind of sweet fruitiness from the apple. You do get that cherry note, but this isn't a cough syrup type cherry. It's just a really pleasant, fruitiness, and it mixes so well with the cinnamon that's in this scent. I had this in my open concept and it smells so good. It made me wish that I either had this in my club or that Scentsy would bring this scent back. It was a really good performer too. It lasted for several days, and I will definitely savor the last few bars that I have of apple cherry cider. And then from this year's Harvest Trio, I finished a bar of cozy vanilla and pumpkin, and this was actually a really pleasant surprise to me. I did like this bar on cold. It reminded me of kind of a sweeter, less bakery version of pumpkin roll. I do get a very similar cinnamon note in this that I do in pumpkin roll, but I had this warming through my whole open concept, and this was actually a really good performer for me. I've heard several people say that this was a really light scent for them, but in my open concept, it actually did really well, and I really, really liked it. I think that it almost rivals pumpkin roll, which is one of my favorites for the fall. I did put this one in my club, so I'll see if I want this one going forward or pumpkin roll, because they kind of fit the same bill for me. But this was so pleasant. I really, really enjoyed that one. That would definitely be a repurchase for me. And then finally, I have 3 bars of the same scent. This is Falling Apples. So this is a new release for the fall winter catalog, and I love this scent. So this is a very kind of tart, sweet apple, but there is a really, really nice woodsy note to this that makes this a little bit deeper, a little bit more sophisticated. It is so good. I love it. I love it going through my open concept area. On the first day, especially for the first few hours, this one is a really good performer. My husband complimented this. He loved it. My parents are warming it at their house today. They really like it. The only thing is, I wish this one would last a little bit longer. I wonder if I keep some bars on hand and kind of let them cure for a while, if this scent might not be a little bit better performer. But oh man, this one is so good. So this is definitely the standout of the new releases for me, at least for the fall. And I'm definitely probably going to go through some more bars before the fall is over. So I absolutely love Falling Apples. So that's everything I finished up in the month of September. I would love to know what you were enjoying, and I'd love to know what you're looking forward to warming throughout the month of October. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.